get rid of their artillery. Against these stakes here. Oh, look at that. What an absolute wonder of a shot there, sir. Shattered. Got to get these German forces on the back foot here. We have to. My goodness me, the number of resources we've thrown at this war has been extraordinary. Greetings and welcome to episode 133 of my Empire Total War Darth mod USA campaign. And this, my friends, we left it last time. We are on the brink, we are on the absolute edge here of taking Munich, this last great haven, this great bastion here of the last major sort of production, military, economic centre for the Germans. We have to take it. The council's been pushing for us to take it. Now, as you might have seen at the start, we have a number of promotions as well. I think it's in order that we start bringing promotions back into the campaign a little bit more here, because we've had some wonderful advice, some wonderful support here for this campaign. And remember, we're at war with Russia as well as Venice, as well as the Marathans, as well as the Mamluks, as well as the Ottomans, and possibly even the Spanish quite soon. You never know, my friends. It could be very, very soon that as well. So we really are up against it here. We've had to go for a major reorganisation. Mainly the council really has pushed for that reorganisation here. We've got a number of cities and centres that we need to set up, and also we need to now put together a force that's going to be able to tackle and take on the Russians head on. Now, of course, because Russia has pulled out of our trade, we've of course gone into the red here. We've effectively gone bankrupt. We have gone bankrupt. So to sort of counteract that, the council has of course once again come to our aid. Taxes are going to have to go up. Now we're going to leave the lower class taxes as they are, because they really are the lower classes are the backbone of pretty much keeping everything stable here. So we're going to raise the taxes here, just slightly here, now this probably will affect growth. Minus 16 here, as you can see. So we really have hit growth here. What's that there? Minus 8, minus 4. What will that actually give us? Minus 21. We might have to raise the taxes here for the lower classes as well, just to almost here. So we have to go up again here. Minus 4 happiness. That's up. So that's fine. We'll have to go with that. Now we're back into nearly 10,000, because we've managed the taxes here. Because we've had our taxes so low for so long. It's enabled us to sort of do this now, because if our tax levels are really high to start with, and we've been hitting pretty hard here, we might have felt the effects of this, because the growth would have been stood. Now growth will be affected here. growth will be affected. As you can see, actually it's not too badly affected at all. I was expecting it to be much harder hit here, but in fact it's still good. It's not going to be as good as it was, but it's still going to be growing here, which is good to see. Now we've managed to overcome our problems here in terms of being able to deal with this. We've upped our attacks. Now, before I get to the promotions, and I can show which generals and where those generals are, you can probably see it from the introduction where those generals are going to be sort of put where we need them to be, because now we've got to raise a sort of an eastern army. We've got to get a sort of an army group east moving into situ on the Russian border. So we're going to deal with that in a moment, but the vast majority of the council have been saying we need to start attacking the trade node, the trade lines. Now, as you can see here, these are what we need to be attacking. We need to be attacking the Russian. Now we're at war with Russia. We need to start moving in here and dealing with these, taking these for ourselves. Now most of these are, but we could take here. We're going to launch an attack into Madagascar with our fleets. We've got massive fleets here. Again, we've got the Naples and Sicily. We're going to move in against here. We don't know what's here, but also we've got Mughal Empire here, which we're at war with. We'll dispose of those here. Naples and Sicily again. So we can get possibly 2 trade lines here. Now the council is saying move into each trade line, use your fleets. We've got a vast number of fleets, and then send in your own trade fleets to sort of really reap the rewards here, to start bring our own trade in without having to rely on anybody else. Wise advice, sound advice, sage advice once again. Now we have no idea what's going on here in off the coast of Brazil here and Amazonia here. We've got no idea whom these belong to, but we are going to find out. We are not, and also we were attacked here by Italy, by Naples and Venice here, so we're going to send in quite a task force in here. Now the Persians are here as well, the Courlands are here as well, and Barbary States. We did take a little bit of a thrashing, as you can see, so we're going to have to send in quite a fleet in here. But I think we'll start off by clearing Madagascar first and getting a foothold in here. So to that end, we do have fleets at our disposal, but we're going to have to really reorganise here and bring ourselves. We've got plenty here. Let's begin by putting these sloops into one. This fleet here, gentlemen, this fleet here is going to be our first fleet that'll head towards Madagascar to start claiming once we've claimed it. We're going to send in a powerful fleet here. Now, these do need replenishing and repairing, so what we will do is send this fleet to here. We'll get them replenished and repaired. This sloop here will join these. 9,539 here. We can always adjust our taxes. We can reduce or increase the taxes as we see fit. That's another strong fleet here. We've got these brigs which we could also use, and also we've got the carronades here. And we did have one. There it is. This is the fleet here. Look at that. This fleet here is going to effectively blockade, or it will not effectively, it will be blockading the Russian port here. Now quite clearly have ships in here. We're also hitting their trade line here as well with these sloops. We might have to pull these sloops off. We've also got these. We're going to bring together all our. We've got these gentlemen here as well. I think what we will do is we'll put these in here. We're going to start building our task forces to move into these trade nodes here. Oh, 24,000. Look at that. Because we took them off that trade node there. That really did help us a huge amount. Now we've got to start being 5,000. You're actually helping ourselves by moving them off these trade lines here. That's a powerful fleet there, very powerful indeed. So this fleet will also be, but we can't completely evacuate all of our fleets here from the Baltic. We've got to keep the Russians hemmed in now. We do have this very powerful Baltic fleet here which we will use. These gentlemen will actually be pulled away from here. We are going to bring in these are going to be used for our own trade fleet as per the instructions of the council here. That's helped considerably there. Got to use our resources now. We do have this here as, look at that fleet there. That's an absolute brute, sir. Now what if we pull this off here? What will that do? 23,000. So actually we're being hit there. We're doing ourselves by doing that, but if we readjust 25,000, we'll take that. It also gives us control of the English Channel as well, so none of our enemies can move through here. We've also got, thankfully, we've got Norway sort of patrolling the North Sea here. That's not too bad at all. We should have down here, we do indeed, a very powerful, one of our most powerful fleets, but it hasn't been replenished in a long while. But this is effectively controlling what goes in and out of here. Where's Russian? There's nothing in here. Russia, Afghanistan, Ottoman Empire have all been hit by our raiding here. Got to do something about that there. We should have fleets in here. We do have fleets here. As you can see here, holding off. We don't want these forces being moved against us here, nor here. We've also hemmed in the Venetians here. Now this fleet could be pulled out of here. The Venetians are going to move against there. Now the council's saying we should just leave Venice as it is alone and just let itself effectively bankrupt itself into oblivion, which we might well do, but if we need to, we will move against them. Now, should we move this fleet out here? We should deal with this here. That's affecting, mind you, that's Heraklion. That's got nothing to do with us at all. We're not going to stick out, but then again, look at this. Look at this here. There's nothing here. It's been completely sealed off. This here, because we've hit this here, but nothing nice coming out of there either, because they've also been hit by ourselves here. We've got this fleet here, which has to stay here. This fleet will not move. Now, there's also been a call by a number of the council to give Ankara to the Russians for peace and to evacuate this and then use this to move against the Balkans here. Now that is a sound plan. However, we'll have to wait and see how that... We won't give Ankara up just yet. What have we got here? We've got this sloop here for some reason. I'm not... Oh, because they were delivering these gentlemen off.
Sir.
What we will do is we'll just muster our forces here and here, so we've combined quite a powerful force here. And have to excuse me, my friends, the noise in the background here. Someone has just woken up and of course wants full attention now. Sorry about that, my friends. So we've also got an army down here as well. That's in the port here.
Anything more?
Aha! What we did want is we wanted to bring this navy.
Sir. Citizens, fight! Yes, Captain.
Let's get this army off the ships here. We also want to...
Troops, jump to it.
That's more like it. And now that fleet can be repaired and replenished. That's going to cost a hefty price there to get that back. Now we are moving towards Baghdad here to try and rid ourselves of the Mamluk threat. We've also got this force here.
Sir.
Look at that.
Orders.
Also needs replenishing and repairing here. We've got that moving towards Damascus here, just in case. We've got to watch out for Russia. Persia's okay with us at the moment. We've got these forces here. We've also given the Don here to France, but we've got to be wary now of the rest of what Russia might do. We know that Russia's got a huge amount of forces down in the Crimea here. Now, they could threaten us here, but they won't be able to get through here just yet. But they could attack Ankara. But we have to... We're going to move against... We are going to move into the trade nodes. Something we have to do here. And that's a powerful fleet there. We're going to use this fleet here to really take the trade nodes under our control. Got all these sloops here, we need to make the most of them. This fleet, I think we can probably move away from here and probably send to a trade node as well. I think that's what we'll do. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute, sir. We've got the Constitution here as well. Now, if we remove this from this trade line here, what will happen?
On our way, Captain.
That'll drop substantially.
Stations, make ready for battle.
So we're going to move this fleet here, and it's going to come to here, and then we're going to head outwards into another trade node here. We're going to really hit the trade nodes hard, as the council has recommended here. We'll send this one to the West Africa Trade Theatre. Oh, 34,000. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now that's more like it. We've turned that around quite nicely there. We've got to establish a base here in Sweden. We've also got to establish a base of operations. Also, this being a request for us to use spies, set up a spy base in the homeland, which we will be looking to do. We can probably turn one of these factories, one of these buildings here, probably this, actually the pleasure gardens here, that should give us rakes, some additional rakes here as well. Look at that. American infantry mercenaries. An interesting concept there. Can we recruit them in New York? Oh, look at that. We can't, because look at that, we might get some of those. They look, that's not too bad at all. We've also got these forces here, just loitering about, General Ahmed here.
Yes, sir.
We've got another army being put together.
Yes.
Look at that.
Forward.
We need to get these Marines across to Europe. Gentlemen. We've got these fleets here. Now we're not going to take our eye off any of these, because these, I know that many of the council might be saying, man, you need to use these fleets here. But these fleets will always guard these two ports without question. These ports will never ever be unguarded. Because I can absolutely guarantee you, the moment we unguard, we take these fleets away and put them elsewhere, you will have a massive fleet of Spanish, of Russian, or possibly even Spanish in the future forces moving against us here and attacking. These are the absolute core of our income here. They really are. So we're not ever going to allow those to be moved away from here unless we know that threat is completely gone. We've got this brig of war here, which we'll use to take this army here into Europe.
Sir.
It's also been a call for us to establish further bases of operation within the Caribbean. Cornwall have got Trinidad and Tobago and the Windward Islands. That is strange. France still have Dutch Guyana here. That's a lot of money coming in there for us. It really is. That's a huge amount. We've got to establish some bases, but we will do that in the future. We also need to deal with the very last here of the native Indians here, the Plains Nation here. We do have a spy up here, but I think this spy would be far greater serving on the Western Front. We'll send this gentleman down to here with all due haste. As you can see, this commercial basin is almost ready here. Look at that. That should improve our income substantially. Anywhere else that needs upgrading? Not at the moment. But this, no, that's fully upgraded there as well, like Global Trading Company. We've got everything pretty much fully upgraded here. We are going to have to establish an army here to fight the Russians. For the moment we're going to stand and fight the Russians. Look at that, look at the forces they've got here as well. I've got a feeling they probably might try and hit Sweden. So what we are going to do is probably have to move a force across here. Now, we do have, as you can see, we've got General Noah Cromer, who has been newly appointed here. Gdansk is a very, very important position for us, but we are going to start to move some forces away from the major cities here. So we're going to probably use this army here. There's also this army here, as you can see here. General Abraham Lincoln has also been promoted. On the east, Noah General Cromer has also been promoted on the east. We've also got General Danny Bugat, and I do apologise, Danny, for pronouncing your name completely wrong. I know it's a Dutch name, and I really do apologise for pronouncing your surname. Completely butchered your surname. I really do apologise, my friend, if I've done that. But General Danny is here anyway as the defender of Warsaw. Now Warsaw will be the centre, the anchor, with which the eastern flank, the eastern front forces will gather. We are, with Vilnius, going to be our first target, as you can see, of heavily defended, fully realised here. They've got everything here at full capacity. If we could take this, it would absolutely put a huge dent in them. In fact, we could probably then swing around, hook around here into the flank here and take Riga. This would cut off St. Petersburg effectively from the rest of the Russian territories here. We could even probably move in and take Minsk. So we're going to start to move. To that end, we're going to actually withdraw this army group here, as you can see here.
Sir.
This army group here is going to be pulled away, and it's actually going to be moved up to the border here of Vilnius.
Make ready.
So we've got to cross that. Got to cross the river here first. We don't want to go around that long way just yet.
You ask too much.
Where's the nearest bridge? We can't really cross here just yet. They'd have to go through the city. So to that end, I think what we will do is we'll put General Danny Bugat's army here in Ballystok. That'll be the first forward base here. We know we're going to.
Yes, sir.
We should need to deal with this army here as well, which I think we shall do. With this small force here, we need to deal with this German force. My goodness me. But they can be replenished in the field.
Immediately. Make ready. Men, march.
So we've got to go through the city. So we're going to start establishing a forward,
Orders.
and then moving up here. We're starting to put together a strike force here to Vilnius. We will replenish these forces.
Forward.
We've also got to hold on to Warsaw. To that end, we'll put this. That force has got a huge amount of cavalry. We need to alter this. What's going on here?
Men, forward.
We don't need all this cavalry, specifically for defending this city here.
Any further orders? Humble servant. By the left. March. Forward. March.
We've got 2 cavalry, but we need to
Ready.
use.
Waiting order. At the ready. Make ready.
Now the city is fully defended now. We will have to replenish and repair some of these gentlemen here. We've got far too much cavalry here.
At the ready. Your humble servant.
So I think we might use this cavalry to attack behind the Russian lines. We will actually send the cavalry
Sir.
momentarily just here.
Make ready. Yes, sir.
We've got this force here, but I've got a feeling that the Russians move against us here against Sweden. We're going to be in a little bit of trouble there. I think to that end we'll just bring this sloop back here.
Orders received and understood. Sir.
This force here, and General Lincoln will also be moving towards Warsaw.
Men,
We're going to start putting a strike force for attacking Russia. We're definitely going to have to move against these forces here, but Munich has been the biggest call from the council as well. We do have
ready for order.
other members of the council have been promoted. As you can see, General Christina Zawosky is now commander of Vienna, but will be taking part in the fight for the Balkans. We also have General Zach George here, a commander of a highly veteran force here, which is at the front line in Hungary. We also have General Eldridge here as well, a commander of the garrison in Hungary. We've got quite a lot here. We've got quite a lot of armies here ready to push. We will have to be pushing in quite soon against these forces, but that will be an absolute huge battle. Now here we have General William Broley as well, commanding a very battle-hardened force here as well in the Astro mines. We've got to take this fight here, so we might use General Broley to attack and remove this last German force here. We've got General S4 as well, commanding this powerful strike force here, including 2 of our Continental Dragoons. We've got this army here that isn't at full strength, which is a little bit of a shame. We need to move down the Marines here. They're going to be the army that takes the fight to the Germans in the Balkans.
Sir. Make ready.
We do have very powerful forces here indeed. I believe we've got that army there is being completely
At the ready.
Then we've got General Eric Bizzle as well, who was a fine, got 2 grenadier regiments as well included in here, 3 regiments, and also a very experienced, lots of fire support. We've got to retrofit this army here with some heavy cavalry.
Sir.
We've got a lot of powerful forces here, but we're going to have to move straight in against Munich, I think, using these forces here. Can we actually cross the river? We can't cross the river here. I think only these can make it to the city straight away. And to that end, we might have to attack the city next year, once all these forces are at full strength. As you can see, this army here could probably make it to the city as well. But a lot of our forces, okay, we're going to move them to the front. Actually, there's also been a suggestion we give Stuttgart to the Spanish to maintain peace. We will do that, but if Spain declares war upon us, I think we're going to have to be ready here. So ideally, we're going to move some of our forces just to the border here as well as preparatory strike. Actually, these forces that are actually replenishing can actually be moved here as rest and recuperation, but also that will be under the guise of actually being able to wait for the Spanish to attack us here. We've had some wonderful suggestions and advice by General Cromer, which we are going to take into full effect, but they'll come into effect once we've dealt with Munich. That's our next task. It really is. A lot of these forces here are loitering, not loitering, but they're just waiting to be moved. We've got to start moving these forward here, getting ourselves into position. It's given us the boost we need. No, gentlemen. A lot of these are being replenished and repaired. They took a fierce beating there in that fight. We'll just have one more turn, then we're going to move against Munich. And also, this force here is going to be sent into East Africa trade. Time to clear out the enemy. We'll also send in this force as well, so that once we clear it out, we're ready. We can immediately we've committed quite excellent. Confident General, excellent there, sir. I think we've done all we can do here. We do want to move, we do want to deal with the Mughals, but we don't want to take a fight unless we have to. That means if we can take Baghdad and the Mamluks will collapse, then that means we won't have to take any of these fights. All of these Mamluk armies will disappear, leaving the Ottomans by themselves, and that's what we want. Now we're at war with Russia. Now we've moved these forces up to the front line here.
At the ready. Ready for order. Mark.
this gentleman there, ready to move in. I think we can end this turn here. We've got General Cromer here, which will also move down to the east front as well.
Ready. March. Maneuvers complete.
We also have
Sir. Ready for order. Your humble servant. At the ready. Sir.
we do also have General Zach George as well in the West as well, who is being
Make ready.
made a general. I believe
Your humble servant.
here is General Zach George here, so really got some really powerful forces. Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here.
Was anything more?
We're not going to be browbeaten here. We're not going to be taking a step back. Not a chance, sir. Now, Britain really hasn't... Britain's been an ally, but it hasn't really done much in terms of helping us. We can only hope that might change right now. What? Okay, alright. Looks like we're at war now with the Barbary States. That is absolutely fine. Looks like France has got itself... There's been also suggested by the council we actually move to take Paris again and give it back to the French. So that might be something we'll do in the future there. But at the moment we've got a lot of other things on our plate. We're trying to keep a lot of plates spinning here. What is Germany doing here? There seems to be reinforcing the Balkans here. Looks like we're going to probably lose this fleet here. Yeah, they're coming for us anyway. We're going to lose that fleet. Yeah, we've lost that fleet there. We've still got away though, but they're probably going to come after us anyway. Yeah. But they're trapped in here. They're not going to be able to go anywhere. But they've lost. Yeah, they've lost one other ship anyway. Still got one ship. There we go. We shall mourn them, but they've dealt with that German fleet there at least. That's where they get him from there. Ah. So it looks like Germany's starting to push hard now, but they've reinforced the Balkans considerably here, and also they're reinforcing Munich. I think we might have a battle in the Balkans here quite soon. You absolute fiends. We're going to have to move against that fleet there. We're going to have to move against them. No, we're not going to allow you to move out of there, sir. I can assure you. Not a chance, Mughal Empire. As it looks like our enemies are going to start moving against us now. Ottoman Empire. Russia. What will Russia do? This is the key question here. Moving troops from Moscow here, but they're not in the best of health here at the moment. It looks like they're taking... they're moving through. They might even use Courland to move through. Wait a minute, look at that. Well, well, well. There it is, there it is. What of Spain, sir? What of Spain? My goodness me, that's some forces they've got there. Still not sure what they're doing, but... My goodness me, Spain is so strong. They really, really are powerful. Something's in the offing here. Something is in the wind here with Spain. Sweden, who are, shall we say, not on the best of terms with us. Nor of Venice, but what will Venice do here? We don't really have the forces just at the moment. There they are. They're going to start. Dagestan also at war with us. The Mamluks at war with us. Greece are... but Norway are friendly with us. Will Norway move against the Russians here? What a boon that would be. Or are they going to move forces to help defend Sweden for us? That would be wonderful. Excellent. 36,000, 68,000, my goodness me. Fleet has arrived. That's more like it. Now, additional forces are going to be used, but we're going to land them, I think, here, ready for the eastern front here. We've got more than enough on the west. I think they should land here. They've weaved through any potential hazards here. We control the Baltic anyway.
Any orders? More orders?
We want them to move down to here.
March!
We want this force. We just move this force here.
Anything more? At the ready.
This force is moving through. General Lincoln.
Forward! March! Make
Oh, for goodness sake.
march!
What is going on here?
Ready for order.
Right, let's just prepare ourselves a little bit better here, shall we?
Do it, sir.
I think we can probably remove one of these forces here. We need a general in this army. This force, I think, here. We will disband here. We need a general in here. And they're being replenished here.
Sir.
Got.
Sir.
We'll send the cavalry, I
Make ready.
think.
Forward! Waiting further order. Humble servant.
We'll send the cavalry into enemy territory here.
March! Any further orders? Sir. Ready for order.
These gentlemen can also go through the city.
More orders? Yes, sir. March! March! Your humble servant. Yes, sir.
This army can also be pulled back. We're gonna hit the Russians hard here.
Gathering supplies. Not possible, sir.
Here else we can. 61,000 now we've got. What do they have here? They're still able to produce the heavy first rates here. We've got them pinned in by with these gentlemen here.
Officer on deck.
We've also got these forces here. They're just loitering about.
Yes.
I think we're going to make a move against the Balkans here. We've got the forces to do it. I don't see the point in just hanging around here with these gentlemen.
Yes.
I think it's about time we use them.
Sir. Your orders. Make ready. Yes. Aye, sir.
I think that's what we need to do. We need to move against.
Ship, sir. Sir. Your orders. Where to, Captain? Ships cannot go there. Waiting further orders.
Gotta be careful we don't get hit here. We might just land. Oh, that's a lot of forces there, though. We might just land here. Actually, we can land in Zagreb and move down through Zagreb.
Orders received. Any orders? Waiting for orders. Make ready.
also got this force here.
Make ready. Mark. All the way. Any further orders?
We're going to hit the Balkans. We're going to try and take Sarajevo if possible. It's going to be a heck of a fight. They do have this army here as well, including Swiss Grenadiers. We need to get this force back here, these gentlemen back here.
Ship's orders.
Get this.
Side the left. March. Orders received and understood. Yes, Captain. Any further orders?
I've got this army here as well. We should also need to move out. We'll dispatch one of these. The bigot. The pigot.
Ready and waiting.
Pigot here.
Your humble servant.
We can also go on here. The council is also called. We strike the Balkans here, so we're going to do that.
Heave away, boys. Heave away. Foraging supplies. Ready for action. Aye, aye, sir.
We can let these then replenish and repair.
Ship's orders.
And we've also got now a strike force ready to hit Sarajevo. We might just head straight for Sarajevo eventually. We've got to take Munich, so we're going to move against Munich here. We've just got to take this city once and for all.
Your humble servant. Sir. Yes.
It's got to be with these gentlemen here. It has to be with a heavy. Look at that. These are perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Rats in a cave.
They got a lot of men there. My goodness me. We're not going to give that up without a fight.
They hide behind
Time for us to move in additional forces here to aid in this.
March. Sir. Your orders? By the left. March. Ready for order. Ready and awaiting order. Ready for order. Forward! For crown and country! Sir.
I've also got to move against this force here. When you take Munich, we need to take Munich. Now it's under siege here, Munich. That's a lot of force, my goodness me. Keep it under siege for the moment. I know that many of you want the fight, my friends. I think what we will do though is we'll remove this force here. That's going to be dragged into the fight. It might even drag in these forces here.
Forward! More orders? What, sir? Forward! At the crown and country! Immediately! Sir. Prepare for war!
I think we'll take this fight. Let's take this fight. We're going to clear the path to Munich. We've got Munich under siege. But we are not going to sit on the siege. We're not going to let them come to us. All we're doing now is we're just preparing the groundwork for this offensive against the city. So that fight will be for next episode. But many of the council have been asking for us to prepare. So look, we've been doing moving against the trade nodes. We've been readjusting our forces for the Eastern Front. This is an episode where we're just preparing things for the future, but we've got Munich under siege. That's the key critical thing here. We've cut Munich off from the Germans here. Look at that, the topography here of this. Look at this battlefield here. It comes from a valley, right from the lowest levels here, all the way. The road has been cut, so we have control of the road here. There's the main road leading through here. So that road probably leads to Munich somewhere in the distance. Munich's probably in the distance somewhere. Way off, we can't see it I don't think, but Munich is probably off in this direction. If you follow that road you'll probably hit Munich. Munich is probably way over there in the distance. But we've got control here of the main road, which is absolutely critical here. But as you can see, the topography of this battlefield here just slopes straight upwards. There's absolutely no doubt about it there. This goes from flat as a pancake all the way up here, slopes right the way up here. We can use this to our advantage using our guns. I know the howitzers don't need elevation, but to be able to fire down into the valley, because this is a valley formed by sort of this sort of slight stepping stone hill here, and just a slight valley here, and also there as well. We can fire into the valley, which is this very small deployment zone here for them. So we might just angle our attack in that way here. So if we pull them in here like this, we're firing then into the deployment zone here as far as we possibly can here. Let's bring them back, so we want to deploy some our defences here. But look at that. And actually we've got some good elevation here as well for our quick line, which is absolutely brutal. Now cavalry, as you can see, is not heavy cavalry, but still good for chasing down, good for striking. Oh, look at that there. We'll actually put this cavalry here. Where's the demarcation line? All the way over here probably. Yes it is. So we'll put our cavalry here, and it will actually move around here and flank them on the right. We've got 3 regiments of cavalry on the left, which we'll also use as well, which will flank them around on the left. Do we put a strike team together? We probably will. We've got enough forces to do that. Let's put our General JP up here, behind the artillery on Overwatch. Now we need to put a strong defensive line here. We shall use this regiment here as the vanguard of our defence. This regiment here on the right. Got a strong regiment here as well. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. Another regiment here as well in defence. Too close. Far, far too close. Gentlemen, let's observe proper lines here. We'll have another regiment here as well to guard this extreme right flank, but once we do end deployment it'll go here in case they come straight across from us here. Now ideally I think we'll keep 1 regiment back in reserve here. I'd like to have 1 regiment at least in reserve, and I think we'll have this 3 regiments here moving as a strike force against them. So again, as we've got with the cavalry, we'll actually level the cavalry out here, and behind it we'll have these 3 regiments. Again, advancing quickly and aggressively here to strike them as hard as we possibly can, whilst providing that fire support on this flank here. Let's begin. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's get in around them. Come on, gentlemen, for goodness sakes, move it. If we can get our money, if we can get the hill, we've got them then. Would you look at that? Gone. Broken. Look at that brutes. square. Run through us there. They absolutely run right through us there. Oh, look at that open run. Well in there, lads. Let's close the gate. Mate, let's close the door. Into the nuts. Perfect coordinated. What a charge. Double time. These Grenadier guards will not move quickly. They're going to take a real time to loot. They are absolutely as hard as nails, yes sir. Shatter, they've gone. Let's get to them, let's get to them, lads. Those spikes. Into the rifle. We're going to get in behind them here. We're going to attack these gentlemen here from behind. That'll be... Ceasefire. Oh, they're shattered. They're shattered, sir. Double time. If you want to fight, sir, we'll oblige. This cavalry's been an absolute wonder. You've got no idea what's coming their way. Not a clue. Not a clue, sir. Look at this. everything crushed before us. Ceasefire. Yes. Absolute victory there, son. We've cleared that town out. Now we've got full control of the area, which means we can have only 3. Look at that, they've lost everything. Absolutely everything. Statistics. Regiment of horse. Wonderful there. Regiment of horse did an absolute wonderful job. Look at that. Gone. We've now cleared the entire way to Munich. Munich cannot be saved now unless they draw forces away from the Balkans. Even then they were able to make it through there. We've effectively sealed off.
Sir, your orders?
Munich.
Onward! Ready for order.
Oh, look at that army there. From my card here, we're going to absolutely seal off this entire area.
Battalions ready.
I think to that end, what's this army here? I think we'll attack this army here. What's in there? Ooh, we've got some pretty good forces here, but still, I think we'll move into attack here. General Ernok.
Your orders?
I think we'll send in Egg Bizzle here to fight and attack this force here.
Slaughter them!
And that, my friends, shall be the fight for next episode. We're going to have 2 fights next episode. We're going to have this fight, and we're going to also have the fight for the city. So it's going to be the fight for Munich. The battle for Munich is going to take place, and also the battle here to clear the path to Munich. We want no German forces in the area at all. We're going to completely clear them all out. Munich is under siege. We'll have a battle. We'll have this battle where we have General Bizzell taking on the fight here. His first battle, his first foray in the west, clearing out these German forces, and then we will be taking the fight and taking Munich from the Germans. The last major capital then. So we've got 2 battles next episode, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We've still got a few things to do. I know that General Cromer has come up with some wonderful ideas which I haven't implemented yet, but we're just starting to sort of see those things roll out here. It's going to take some time to get them in place, but bit by bit we're going to follow the Council's advice here. It's going to be absolutely glorious once we've done it, because Germany will eventually collapse, mark my words. We'll also take the fight to Russia as well. As you can see, we're starting to build up a force, a very, very strong series of army groups. Probably 2 or 3 army groups will be moving into Russia very, very soon. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, please keep your comments coming down below. Your support has been absolutely fantastic. It really has. Thank you all very much for your wonderful support. But until next time, my friends, whatever you're doing, please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.